Fuck you. Why are you so annoying, man?
Bye-bye. Cool, so we're ready to roll. Hey and welcome everyone to day 15 of the series from December 1st till Christmas 25th. Every day we're covering a story out of the book, 25 stories I would tell my younger self. And today we are at story 15 because it's December 15th. And as you can see here, I'm in beautiful backyard here of my parents' house where I grew up. Pool in the back. This is where we spend a lot of time, especially as kids. Awesome memories, to be very fair and square. But today, we talk about a story where I lost so much money. I lost actually ridiculous amount of money. I lost more than I had at that point. And for those that read the book know, I was in real estate. I tried to buy some property in Brazil, tried to do some stock gambling, and well, I messed up big time. Lost tens of thousands of euros within a day, and it totally bankrupted me, to be honest. And had I not had a very lenient bank officer that knew me for years and knew that if I lend money from the bank and I can pay it back, then, well, I would have not been able to make that actually. But yeah, I didn't want to go to my parents and ask them for money. So, well, basically I made it back, and we're going to talk in the next stories, over the next 10 stories, how I made all that money back and how I became financially free today. But more important, how did I avoid making the same mistakes again, and what did I learn from that? And here, today I want to talk about the three key things. So 3 key things, how you will never ever lose money in an investment. And here I'm talking about not one individual investment, because, for example, if today you buy stocks, then you buy a certain amount of stocks. Let's say you buy 10 different stocks. Then chances are you will always lose some money on one individual stock, but the entire portfolio is going to stay in plus. Or let's say you buy real estate. Then the idea is you buy 10 apartments, just as an example. And out of these 10 apartments, 1 or 2 will not be as awesome as the other 8, but they're going to cover for that. So what my idea here is, if you just invest one time and make it one shot, chances are you're probably going to lose in one thing. But if you look at an entire portfolio, this is when you will always going to win. So we're going to talk about the 3 key concepts that I learned from the smartest people in the world when it comes to investing, how to basically make this happen. And main reason number 1 is, only invest in things where you consider yourself well-read, well-known, where you kind of know what you're going to do in this field. So this is rule number 1. Only invest in things where you consider yourself, I don't want to say an expert, but where you consider yourself that you know the topic better than most of the other participants. Many people speculate. They love to buy gold, they love to buy wine, they buy all kinds of things where they think they know that those price is going to go up. But chances are, you never know if things are gonna go up. So if you just gamble for the increase because you don't know the actual price, you're gonna mess up and you're not gonna get a return, and chances are you're gonna lose money. So for example, when I bought property in Brazil, when I bought stocks, I was just gambling. I thought the prices are gonna go up. I thought stocks will always go up. Well, I had to pay the dues, and I lost over 90,000 euros like this. Just poof, out of thin air. Well, today when I invest into something, I consider myself investing into those better known than the other participants in that market. So for example, today I invest into real estate, but I invest only in real estate where I consider myself an expert. So basically, at the moment, I consider myself an expert where I grew up, because I know the real estate area here. I know the students that live here. I know the people that live here. I know the streets and the areas. The same with the stock market. I invest into stocks and fields where I consider myself well read, well understood. The same in kite surfing, the same with freaking flying. For those that read the book and read the stories, you know what I'm talking about. But the key for you is, whenever you invest in something, only invest in things where you understand what's gonna happen. How do you consider yourself an expert in that field? Second thing, you need to make the money in the buy. This is such a key concept. You need to make the money in the buy. What does this mean? It means if you buy something and you have to hope for something to increase, then this always means that you are speculating, because nothing in this world is guaranteed to increase in price. If you ever hear this, that someone tells you, these real estate prices here always go up, stock prices always go up, this is a pure lie, because I can show you examples over examples over examples where things did not go up, and people who speculated for that totally lost everything, including myself. So when I learned to make money in the buy, I knew that I was always going to make money. And I give you an example, simple example. My first investment ever was one of the smartest ones I did. I bought basketball gear for 30% under a guaranteed price that I could sell it for, 30% below. So I could always sell that gear and always make a 30% profit because I knew I was going to buy it low. Why do you think huge companies like Walmart, for example, why do you think they are so profitable? Why do you think they do so well? Well, because they always buy the stuff very cheap at a price that the normal consumer cannot get it, and they resell it a lot more expensive in their local markets. So, for example, I was importing stuff from China, exporting it to Europe, and guess what? My chances for making money was like almost 100% because Europeans couldn't get the same prices than I was buying them for in China. Does that make sense? And that is a key concept. So whenever you buy a property, a stock, whenever you buy something, well, then buy it as cheap as possible. But don't buy cheap. You need to get good value for low prices. So if you ever feel that you buy something and you have to hope for the price to increase, you're losing out. You need to buy something where you know that you just bought undervalue. And if you just sell it at its real value, you will always make a profit. That's really, really, really important. And the third thing, you need to know your exit strategy. This is such an important concept, and I'm so amazed sometimes how blindfolded some people are sometimes with this. I just recently heard about an investment where people just invest money and they are guaranteed returns. Well, the problem is these returns are not guaranteed. And if the people cannot get their principal back, the original amount, because there is no exit strategy, well, guess what? You have to hope for returns to come, otherwise your entire principal is at risk. So this is one of the key concepts. So that's why, for example, I love to buy real estate. I love to buy it at a certain value, but then I always go down 10 or 15%. And if the seller doesn't sell it to me at that price, you know what I do? I walk away because I don't care. The same with stocks. For example, when Volkswagen totally crashed down, well, I used a little bit of my money, not much, to buy a lot of the Volkswagen stock. Why? Because it was so far low. Of course, that stock can always crash and the company can bankrupt. But guess what? Since then, I'm up 30% and I'm getting really great dividends because Volkswagen is paying a dividend. So this is just one of the examples. Of course, it could have gone the other way as well. The same happened when buying an ETF, for example, and we're going to talk about those things in future episodes. What I want to give you here, if you are scared of investing, well, that's absolutely okay because most of us are scared when we do something new, but you need to follow the key principles. The key principles are only invest into things where you know what's going to happen, or you need to follow people that you trust 100% that know how to invest. When I invested in my first real estate, I followed my dad because my dad is an architect, so he knows how to do with real estate. Very simple. Second thing, make the money on the buy. If you have to speculate for prices to increase, you're going to lose. At some point, you will lose. And the third thing, know your exit strategy. Know how you're going to break even, how you're going to make your profit. If you have to hope for things to come back, you'll lose. You need to know how to exit your investment, how to at least break even. And in my case, I always want a return because otherwise I just put my money in the bank where I get zero return, but my chance for the money to go totally bust is pretty low considering if you have a safe bank. So with this, I hope you get some massive value out of that. If you like those things, we're going to start January 1st. We're going to start a new series called the 25 Stories Income Path. So what you can do is you can head to 25stories.org/income. And we're going to have a lot more of these shows where we talk about income streams, how to maximize, how to take away certain risks, and how to maximize profit in a very simple and straightforward way. So I'd be looking forward to see you on there. Head over to Facebook if you want, where we have a really nice community going on. If you like these videos on YouTube, then please follow me on there. It would be awesome, then you get updated. And with this, I'd love to see you tomorrow, where we're going to talk about how I got myself out of this junk. When I lost so much money, I was bankrupt, and I had to drag myself all the way. And how I did this at the age of, I was 23, 22, all the way till today when I'm 29, 6-7 years, basically changed my life. And the great thing is, I did it, so you can do it too. So with this, have a wonderful day and talk to you tomorrow. Cheers, bye, Julian.